So what you're going to want to do is go to oracle.com/database. So next, there's a link here called Download Oracle Database 19C. Go ahead and click that link. It brings you to this page. You can, if you want to, install 19C or 18C, 12C, one of these later versions. However, my personal preference is to go and scroll all the way down here and install Oracle Database 11G for Windows 64. The reason I like to install this one is because it consumes less space and it's pretty simple to use, and I'm just more comfortable with it. So I'm going to go ahead and click this link for Oracle Database 11G for Windows 64. It then sends you to this page. So I'm going to install the first one, Oracle Database 11G R2 Express Edition for Windows x64. Accept, download. So then it's going to ask you to sign in. You're going to need a free Oracle account. And yeah, so it's free, so that shouldn't be an issue. And I already have an account, so I'm just going to put in my credentials really quick. And as soon as you do that, as you can see, it starts installing a zip file onto your machine. So this is going to take a couple minutes, so I'm going to resume once the zip file is finished installing. Okay, now that the zip file is done installing, go ahead and open it in that folder. So I'm going to click Show on Folder. Right-click on that zip file and click Extract All, and extract it wherever you feel comfortable. I think my Downloads folder is fine, so I'm going to then hit Extract. And this will take a couple seconds. Okay, so then you have the extracted file folder. Go ahead and double click on it. It'll have a folder called Disk 1. Double click on that. And then it will have setup.exe. Go ahead and double click on that because that'll open the setup for the database installer. Okay, go ahead and just hit next and then accept, next. So just to confirm, we're installing Oracle Database 11G Express Edition, and this is the destination folder. Feel free to change that folder if you're more comfortable with something else, then hit next. So this portion is kind of important. So the username will be called system to make this connection, and it'll be system. It doesn't matter, it's not case sensitive, so it'll be lowercase system or uppercase system. So then you have to create a password for this database account. So the username will be system and the password will be whatever you put in here, so make sure you remember it. I'm going to put in a password and then hit next and then hit install, and so it'll start installing. This is going to take a few minutes. So I'll come back to this when it's done installing. Okay, so the install is complete. Go ahead and click finish. And just for fun, you can click on start. And I guess if you have Windows 10, you'll see Run SQL command line, which has been recently added. If you don't see that, then try and type in just SQL and you'll find Run SQL command line. To test our database connection and to make sure it works, go ahead and click on it. And you'll see here it says SQL. Type in connect and it'll ask you to enter a username. And that's the username that was in that database installation. So it'll be system. And then it'll ask you for a password. And this is the same password that you had entered in that installation. So I'm going to go ahead and enter it. And see it says connected. So technically, people can run basic queries off of this and insert and create tables and do edits and just do SQL in general on this screen, but it would be extremely tedious and annoying to do that. So I'm going to show you how to also install SQL Developer, or rather Oracle SQL Developer. So I'm going to exit out of this, minimize this, and I'm going to go to Google and just type in Oracle SQL Developer. I'm going to click on this first link, SQL Developer-Oracle. You'll come to this screen. Click download, and then you have several options depending on your OS. What I like to do is Windows 64-bit with JDK 8 included. The reason I like to do the JDK 8 included is because otherwise you would have to install JDK separately, and that can get kind of annoying. So I'm going to click download. Accept, download, and as you can see, it automatically just starts downloading because I'm still signed in. So this is going to take a few minutes, so I'll come back when this is finished installing. Okay, so this zip file is finished installing. I'm going to go ahead and show in folder. Right click on the zip file and click extract all, and then extract to whatever folder you feel comfortable. Click extract. And this is going to start extracting, and this is going to take a little while, so I'll come back when it's done. As you can see, it says about 14 minutes. It usually takes a little, it's usually a little bit faster than that, so just sit tight and I'll be right back. Okay, once that's done in extracting, go ahead and click on the file folder that had been extracted. Double click on SQL Developer, and then you'll find SQL Developer.exe, and it's the application. So double click on that. And as you can see, Oracle SQL Developer will then start initializing. So as you can see, this is the interface. This is the interface that is much more favorable compared to that screen that looked like kind of a DOS prompt where you could theoretically run SQL commands, but this is much better. So you're going to go ahead and click on this green arrow right here, and as you can see, it means a new connection. So click on it, and this window will come up. The name of the database connection can be whatever you want to give it. So I'm just going to type in Sunil Test Database. Now the username is system, as previously noted in that Oracle database installation. So system. And the password is the password that you had set. Now under connection type, you'll go ahead and leave this as is. There will be times when you can use like a TNS connection type. That makes more sense if the database is located on a remote server and a lot of people are accessing it. But since this is local to your machine, go ahead and keep the connection type as is right here. Click on test just to test the connection. And as you can see, it says status success. Then hit connect. And so when you open that test database, it will then be populated with tables, views, indexes, packages, procedures, etc. So when you create all of these things like tables and procedures, they'll show up here, and you'll be able to select data and run queries off of those tables. And then as you get more skilled, you can create and compile packages and procedures and functions, etc. And I hope to make a video on how to do those and tutorials on how to do those as well. So thank you for watching this.